Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Thicker Than Wine.
We're back.
Oh, they're
We're
feeling
here.
they're feeling real defeated. Okay. All right.
Pain train. We're all on it.
This is it. The final battle is upon us.
6 years and 4 characters later, I'm here.
Finally.
One of them being a sentient gauntlet.
Well, you know, before we get into it tonight, I'm going to skip any announcements so we can get right in capitalized, but I do want to take a moment. Thank you, of course, to the audience for coming and watching this tonight, but thank you guys. 6 years has been a hell of a ride. So, you know, you guys have been awesome. It's been a really long time coming, and here we are.
Rem, did you say you had a question?
No.
All right.
You were wanting to know about the sentient gauntlet. Well, you experienced it firsthand when we first faced off.
Yeah, it was good
We're
times,
about
right?
to experience it again.
Yes, you are.
Probably. Most
Allegedly.
likely.
All right.
I'm good.
So, with in the spirit of popping to it, does anybody want to take a recap of the last session?
No. Because if I don't get this started, then the game will never end. We'll just...
Yeah, Michael, can you be quiet already? Jeez.
All right. Offer is open if anybody...
Okay, fine. I guess I'll do it.
Do it.
On the previous session of Thicker Than Wine, the party regrouped after the little episode that happened involving a bit of emotional instability. We won't blame anyone, we won't say names, but the Wealth of the Humble was able to have a well-deserved rest before regrouping and deciding once and for all how to deal with the Usurper, the one instigating this confluence of worlds, of realities, the one who would become the master of all. Research notes were shared amongst the party, and a consensus was reached. If the Usurper sought to become a god by subverting and exploiting the system that is placed by which mortal souls and their faith end up strengthening the gods of these worlds, then he shall not only lay siege to the realm of the gods themselves, but he will hoard all mortal souls to him and starve those he would seek to conquer. And so a plan was made. Utilizing the information gathered regarding the anchors and the thesis upon which the Usurper abandoned his previous identity to assume his new one, a coalition was formed amongst the surviving humanoids thanks to the utilization of the strange magical device at the top of the tower, allowing communication over long distance, augmented by Fenelor's mastery of the unseen paths between worlds, whether or not she fully understands it herself. Her innate knowledge was able to expand the network of communication, allowing a true joint effort to be made against those who would resist the Usurper. A ritual would be performed upon the anchors themselves, returning that which the Usurper would seek to bury, the parts of themselves that they deem impure. But more importantly than that, this would be a distraction, allowing one soul to slip in to where the Usurper had claimed all of those killed by the Justiciars. A soul that would then be able to cause a revolution from within that which would be the god over all. But no ordinary soul would be able to do this. Only a soul with a will like iron. A soul that would be able to withstand, say, the unraveling of all things itself. And thus, Aelys Finnegan was chosen. And with courage and bravery and a highly exploitable plan based upon the most intricate wording on her contract, she would be magically bound to Aurora's Book of Shadows, so that way she would not truly die, but she instead would be able to spiritually follow the flow of souls to where the Usurper was keeping all of those taken before their time, and hopefully find a way to destroy the Usurper from within, before Aurora would use her power to pull her soul back and resuscitate the warrior. Meanwhile, the remaining Wealth of the Humble would have to fight the battle of their lifetime as Ravi Ironhide would lead the defenses of the great city of Dusant herself, with the entire forces of the allied mortals at her beck and call, with the wizard Reginald overseeing the intricate processes of magic that will be undergoing this operation. The hour of destiny is at hand. So how is that for a recap?
Take a point of inspiration, my friend. That was beautiful.
Also, Ravi and Lore made out. That's important.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Key.
I gotta
Key
get
point.
that inspiration back. I've missed the most important part.
Yeah.
Robbie and Lore may have fucked.
No. We didn't go that far.
Bet you remember.
I said may.
It is ambiguous at this time.
Truly.
All right. With that, let us begin tonight's session. The time has come. Your preparations over the last several days have come together, but there is a lingering tension in the air. The townsfolk have been guided into the tunnels beneath Dusant, or to some of the outlying ruins brought here from the parallel world of Eldia. All manner of soldiers, battle mages, chevalier, adventurers, and even some who had come to this city after the convergence, all taking up arms and readying for the impending battle. For today, if in this broken world where the sun never sets, if it can truly be called a day, the time has come for the ritual to draw out the Usurper, and a battle to take place where all of reality hangs in the balance. Morning, for lack of a better word, has come for all of you. Ailish, so you're getting up, making your preparations. Small ways away, Daltil's donning his armor, adjusting a gauntlet. His eyes cast to the ground, but he looks up for a moment. I don't suppose that my 100th attempt to convince you to not do this might work?
Probably not, but it's worth a try.
They could try sending me instead. I've been told I've gotten rather tough these past few years.
No, I think it has to be me. I think if it's the one who saw the world unraveled and forced it back together again, it might be enough to turn the tide.
you'd say that. He rises and steps over to you. If that's what must be done, then I'll be with you every step of the way.
She kind of cups his face in her hands and she says, as long as you're here on this side holding on to me, I will come back.
Reaches up, touching
You'll be
your
my
hand.
tether.
The strongest there can be. He takes a couple steps to the window. He leans over for a moment. Says, it's a beautiful place, right? Yet, you've been tasked with saving it so many times. When this is all done, let's go somewhere.
I like that idea.
No. He straightens himself up. Let's go everywhere.
That's what I was about to say.
Great minds, as they say. After all, you've saved this world enough times. I think you deserve a long vacation, Guildmaster.
I agree. I'm looking forward to other duties in life, I guess. Something else.
Well, let's make sure we both make it through this so I can help assign you other duties. At any rate, I suppose we should get ready. The world isn't going to save itself, right?
Despite all of this, and despite how many times I've had to save this place, I wouldn't change any of it.
I'd go through all of it 100 times if it means that I get to be with you.
She just nods and gives him a kiss, and then... Alright. I think it's time.
Lore, what preparations are you making on the dawn of the final day? Is there anything you would like to take care of?
Forgot I was muted for a second there. Started talking to myself.
No worries. It happens.
She's quietly sitting in winter form, just probably in the lobby waiting for people. And in her hands is a very, very old-looking jar covered in wax seals, strings, beads, and feathers, and she's just staring at it quietly and thinking about all of the stuff that she's done and all of the stuff that she's had to do for her friends and her family and all that she's lost and everything that she's managed to gain somehow, and kind of grappling with her own mortality, so to speak. For in most fairy stories, nobody knows the name of the fae that people encounter, and if she were to fall today, people might remember things about her, what she is, what she did, but no one's going to truly remember who she is if she passes. And for the first time in her life, she's kind of sad about that. And there's a part of her that mourns that a little bit. But she will wait for Ailish and Daltil to come down and keep staring at that jar.
Let's check in next with Ravi. Seems like a logical bridge to jump there.
No, what? Ravi is in her room, sort of collecting all of her belongings and arranging them neatly at the foot of the bed and in the chest at the foot of the bed. She didn't bring much with her when she came down from the wildlands, but any little thing that she did have, just personal effects, she's arranged them in a way so they can be displayed very nicely and neatly, and then anything excess like large blankets or anything of that nature would be stored in the chest. And on the nightstand next to the bed, she has her little makeshift altar that she sort of brings with her everywhere that she prays to the Stormfather with. And after neatly arranging all of her stuff there, she takes a moment, and even though she knows she can't feel the connection and knows that she probably won't hear from the Stormfather again, she goes ahead and prays to him anyways and sort of sends her thoughts out to him, letting him know that basically faith is important given this tumultuous time where the other deities are battling with the Usurper, and that a lot of their power does come from the people that believe in them. And so she ensures that she puts that little bit of herself out there for him in the event that he is still fighting, to ensure that he has every little bit of power that he can muster. Taking a few minutes just to do that, giving him thanks for his guidance, giving him appreciation for allowing her the oath that she was given, the opportunity to serve under him and do good in the world for him, and just sort of thanks him for everything, guiding her to where she needed to be here in Dusant, when she needed to be, to help everyone here, to ultimately lead to this last battle. And she sort of felt that guiding hand this whole time, even when he didn't seem present. And then finishes up with that and takes a look at her stuff one last time as she leaves a little note right there over her dress that she wore for the wedding. The note basically describing that in the event that she does fall, any belongings can be taken and used as see fit. Sort of describes what certain things would be used for, anything of that nature, and just one neat little page sort of describing everything that she has and what they're for. She looks around the room one last time, just taking it all in, feeling once more sort of out of place, almost like it was her first time coming here, where she felt a stranger in a strange land, that feeling sort of cropping back up again. But knowing that regardless, this is still her home, and this is where her family is, and sort of looks at it solemnly one last time, and then quietly leaves the room.
One minor note as you leave that room, Ravi.
Mm-hmm.
There's no message, but a passing feeling as you leave the room. As though when you're charging into battle against insurmountable odds and you look over and you see a trusted companion there, shoulder to shoulder with you, that emotion kind of tingling just at the outskirts of your very being. I'd next like to check in with Reginald.
Reginald was probably one of the first up, if not before Lore, definitely not too long after. There were final preparations to make at the site. Make sure all the places are... all the runes carved and placed in just the right formation. That the ley lines merge and form in just the right way. The positions are correct, right where the sun rises, to make those final alterations, going over once, twice, 3 times over It's a lot of work. And there's no guarantee it's going to work fully well. That's the only shot they've got. He walks around. Mortimer sits, grumpy as ever, looking around at the many concentric circles all carved around, and eyeing suspiciously at one or two runes that seem to resonate between at least one stone cobblestone and one wall in between. He's very focused on what he's doing. That he almost doesn't catch the messenger who starts running towards him. But he stops the man before they get too close, just in case he accidentally scuffs something. Luckily, everything was carved in. Take a lot more to damage these runes. There's contingencies, redundancies in place just for it, but just in case. You're, Reginald, the wizard? Yes, that's me. A letter for you, sir. He's a little confused. Then he sees on the letter that's held up a spidery sort of script. A script in his own handwriting. His eyes narrow. And he peers at the man. And he notes the very glassy look in the man's eyes. Like he's not fully here. I'll take that letter. He takes it, and the man nods, and he blinks. The glassy look goes away, and he seems a little confused. Very good. I'll be on my way then. In fact, he starts sort of staggering away, not entirely certain where he is. He's trying to recognize what's happening. You'll want to get under the city. If you'll find some members of the town guard. Things are going to be very dangerous, young man. Oh, okay. Goes on. And he looks. Hand trembles for a moment. Opens it. And the parchment within is very stained and dirty, and there's ink spots on it. And what seems like dried blood. As he opens it up, and in his own handwriting it says, "The agreement holds. Just remember, I'm the one who gets to kill you." But I'll do my part far from here. There is a flourish with just the letter C. Signature. Always figured you'd find a loophole in some way. I just worry that you'll be more of a hindrance than a help. He crumples the letter in his hands. He doesn't know if this is a good omen or not. But at least he won't be here. Not in this place, at least.
Excellent. Lastly, we turn our attention to Aurora.
is currently getting relieved, realizing how critical this operation. She had inquired about potentially procuring some tools that would help her for the oncoming mission, and having been provided what she seeks, she currently looks at herself in the mirror as she is wearing a set of robes and a ring. Her jacket that she's worn this entire time having set and folded neatly on the bed that she given her personal chambers. It's a strange feeling looking at the mirror again. Not that much time has passed, but the person she sees is very different from the person who entered this strange place. What would robes of protection look like from the pages of Usurper?
So the ones that got tailored for you are a little more flamboyant in fashion, as is the kind of nature of a lot of the well-to-do mages and some of the nobility in Dusant. A bit kind of flashier colors and billowing just slightly. It's very much a change from how you would usually dress. And yeah, it sounds a little garbled on your end.
How about now?
Oh, much better, much better.
Okay, I see what the problem is. What didn't come through?
Stuff was coming through. It's just like we'd lose like part of a syllable, but we got enough that we can kind of tell what's going on, but we just wanted to give you a heads up.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're good to go.
In that case, aside from the new robes and the ring that she got, a ring of protection, she looks to the hand-carved, beautiful blue rose that Laura had given just earlier. Seeing the colors, just picturing the colors in her mind. Such a deep forget-me-not blue. The same color as the eyes of the one she would almost give anything to see again. She holds that picture of her in her own deep breath, turning away from the vanity, stepping out into the hallway of the tower and begin heading towards the ritual space where she will begin doing her part. Now there is only the mission.
All right. Time has come. The city of Dusant. Almost frightening, empty, and quiet. To Ailish and Ravi, those who had been here before in recent years, the once bustling streets now desolate and empty. Your home, a shell of what it was, and so changed. So much lost, so much changed, and you can't help but feel off-put by just how quiet the alleyways are and the roads going up into the royal district of the city, past those large walls, wondering such walls like this, can even these protect against what's to come? But you steel yourselves, gathering closer near the royal palace proper. Here, in this place, it becomes a little more crowded. Chevaliers, battle mages, adventurers, spread out, taking up different positions under commanders that had been communicating with Reginald. A single point in a courtyard outside of the keep proper and the 8th Telos, the tower where at the very top the Refractium lies. The place where you would be coordinating an attack with different planes, different realities. A way to bring this being, this usurper, out of their seat of power and into yours. Ailish, as you approach, you see Krail talking to a few people, and taking notice, he turns to you and approaches. So the time has finally come.
So it seems.
He looks over to Aurora. The one who will be transferring it. I will stay with you, make sure that I can assist in any way that I can.
Aurora will nod.
And he looks over to Reginald. Soldiers are set up. We'll be ready for the fight of our lives when the usurper arrives, but have you decided how far away you need to be to maintain the ritual?
I have the point. This place that I've chosen, marked out, both our battleground and a focal point. Given the ley line energies, we'll still be able to conduct the ritual. We can't be too much farther, though. It's risky. But it's the only way to start. The hope, though, is that once he starts getting overwhelmed, he won't be able to focus. It's going to be 3 battles he'll be fighting. The mortals from without, the gods, and those that he's trapped within.
I can only pray that we, he looks to Ailish, that you are all successor. May Palor's light protect us. How far do we need to be?
Come, this way. And he leads them into the area. Concentric circles carved into flagstone, runes set up all over the place into the courtyard, near a focal point. It has to be. You know, I may not be fully capable of transmitting the soul myself, but I do remember at least enough in the theory that if it's too far away, if there's not something to catch it, to guide it, it'll be lost.
When I see that he starts coming here, I'll take her to a safe place until we can get her back on her feet and ready to join the fight. I'll keep her safe, you have my word. And as soon as I can, I'll join you and the others. So this is what I would like to do real quick. I am loading all of you into a map. So you guys can decide where you would like to be in. My apologies, I have limited resources for maps, but it meant just theater of the mind that this is a large courtyard. Less grass, more courtyard.
We gotta be at the center. We're at the crossroads. This is perfect for soul work.
But yes, all of you can decide where you would like to be and where you need to be respectively for your operations. Oh fuck yeah! Do you want Mortimer up there too, Reginald?
Yeah. Let's get him up there.
And
Lore will be wherever they want her to be.
All right. Well, where would you guys like to command Lore to be?
Probably at like one of the other corners. We're gonna need a surrounding.
Good lookout.
We need people on all sides because holy shit, who knows where they're gonna come in? We can't have this thing disrupted. So,
and she can also be meat shield for Reginald too.
And we need Aurora up here too in the center because she's got the necromancy in order for this to work.
Yep.
All right. And you also see a little bit to the north. There are some clerics of Helm, and up there with them is Barar, who's saying a prayer with them, and looks over, and gives you a nod as you make your preparations. All right.
Ailish, can you stick out your hand, please?
She does.
And from the many threads on his finger, he pulls one that is a brilliant golden thread that shimmers with something more than just gold. As he takes her hand and he wraps it around snugly, not enough to like really cut off circulation, but it's definitely not exactly the most comfortable thing, especially because we know how tight threads can get around one's fingers. But he says, you know, someone I cared about a long time ago told me that if you ever needed to remember something, you tie a thread around a finger so that anytime you look at it, you don't forget.
I'll do my best. I think I've got something a little bit stronger than a thread, and she lifts up her other hand that's clasped tightly onto Daltil's.
You see Daltil smile a bit at that, but he's kind of turning his face away.
We will see.
It's around.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry. Real quick. Before we go super crazy, Laura's gonna scurry over real quick and put the weird jar in Daltil's hand. Is free hand, and just put that in somewhere safe. If I go down, you break it. Got it?
Oh, okay. What?
Okay. Just go with it. If I fall, if I die, you break that.
Oh, why? What does this? I don't.
Ailish looks at him and just kind of shrugs and shakes her and says, I've learned it's better not to ask questions.
Right. And he tucks it away in his pack.
Okay, good. And then she'll go back to where she was.
Around this time, Barar comes over and he says, "So, it's about time that we're going to finally do this, huh? Are you feeling ready?"
Is anyone ever ready to leave their body?
Well, I suppose not, but at least for me it was easier after the first try. He chuckles a bit at that. When this happens, is that when you begin? Do you want me to send word up to the Refractium? Have them coordinate the attack on the anchors?
Yes.
Isaac's up there. Good lad. He should be able to handle things, I think. Well, I guess in a situation like this, the best we can hope for is hope.
And Virgil nods. Then he looks at the mages that are there and he nods to them and indicate it's time. They start to move forward with chests. And they open them up, and at several strategic points they start putting down burnt out, crusted pieces of the armor, mostly helmets, but some chest pieces and some gauntlets or greaves, remains of justiciars, all in perfect formation, vital points to the ritual space. One of them comes towards Reginald and holds out sword, the only preserved sword of one of the justiciars, the one that he had been studying, researching. He nods, and he hands this gently over to Aurora. This is the focal point. This is the conduit.
Two things. One out of game, one in game. Out of game, am I still coming through garbled?
A little bit, yeah.
We can still hear you, though.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
It's basically fine. It's minuscule at best.
Well, second thing, the piece in particular, is it another one of the help?
No, it's a sword. It's a
perfect.
It's one of these swords that they use to stab it. It's in full, perfect working order.
Perfect. All right.
All right. Please sit.
Ailish sits.
He looks at her. He looks at the golden thread tied around her finger, and he nods. And the ritual begins. From the intonation of his words, they ring out throughout the courtyard. It almost sounds like a pure bell ringing out. All other sounds, almost for a moment, seem silenced. But following that echoing voice, another resonation, an intonation begins to rise up. There's almost a hum in the air. Hair begins to stand in one's arms. The charge building up. It's already beginning, just from the first starts of this. As he continues to intone arcane with a mixture of exaltations, a mixture of cursing, a mixture of binding, a mixture of release. Some of those words ring hollow in comparison. It's almost like a discordant note suddenly, like a record scratch. You have all this power, but then when certain intonations are made, it almost drops. The level of power shifts and just almost, not quite, but almost gutters out. If it weren't for Aurora there to pick up the syllable, to pick up the vowel, it would all be lost. The necromantic portions. There is no potency in him. There is no power in him. But the chant and the words still need to be there. And she picks up and holds her weight. It is not a fast ritual. It will take some time. But it won't take all day.
Aurora, with your part in this being the necromantic bit, how is it that you guide Ailish's soul?
With the sword in one hand and her book of shadows in the other, holding the sword up towards that single unchanging point, the sun at its zenith, almost like a magnet being drawn towards magnetic north. The book in the other hand, her name written within its pages, glowing still with that internal light, the flowers spreading across the page. The glow internally or the glow of the book from the pages seem to spread to Ailish herself, and as that happens, it is almost as though at first her and her very essence, her very spiritual being, inhabit a single point in space before almost a after image of Ailish slowly starts to rise up from her own form, almost pulled by some sort of unseen current that the sword is pointing towards. When the ritual is finished, the soul will be fully disconnected and follow that flow to its natural conclusion. Until then, Ailish's own senses begin to dull and shift, almost as though she is experiencing two worlds at once. The physical and the ethereal.
Ailish, you are at first acutely aware of both of these sensations. As your soul, you in charge, you feel a pull. And knowing what it is that has to happen, the pull begins to take you. You go through the sky, out into darkness. But then that pull gets stronger and stronger, as though what originally was like being gently plucked out is like being yanked on a chain as you go flying faster and faster. Everything, the sensation of things, time, space, the planes rushing by you, your senses almost ablaze. But then, what is happening on Sirril? Almost like an afterthought. Distance. And hard to hone in on. As now...
Can I...
Oh, of course.
Sorry. Before she gets fully yanked, like right as she feels the sensation, the pulling sensation pick up, can she in her ethereal form take one last moment to look back towards her husband there, who I'm assuming is now cradling her like slumped body? And,
he is not looking well.
And her friend Ravi, where she's posted, ready to fight off anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just to like take that moment to hold on to that image of the two of them and her home and the world that she needs to be able to come back to.
Of course. And with that image grounding yourself, you are pulled faster and faster until you come into a great cylindrical chamber lined with countless cells as far up as the eye can see. A chill nothingness permeating through where you do not see these things. And that abruptly changes as this oppressive feeling bears down, gravity itself getting heavier. Though in a soul form, you feel as though there's this crushing pressure upon you. A feeling undeniable and immediate in its sensation. Order. Authority. You feel as though in your physical body itself, that sensation of a chill creeping up your spine. You look, and there he stands right behind you, gazing down, or at least, much like you, an astral projection of himself there. Did you truly think that you could come in here unnoticed by me? That a human could outsmart the Almighty?
The Almighty? I probably couldn't. But you, as you are not the Almighty, I think I have a fighting chance.
Then let's see. He raises a hand, and countless chains go and start to bind you. Ailish. Because that was really cool, I loved that response. I need you to roll 2 physical d20s for me. You're going to roll 2 wisdom saves. However, I do not want you to look at them yet.
Oh, this... some tricky-ass bullshit. Hold on. Not you guys. Okay.
Alright.
Oh god. Oh god. Alright.
Okay.
My lid is over the bowl, so I can't see them.
Roll it and do not look.
Okay. Put the lid on it.
As this pressure, this power that you cannot fathom bears down upon you, you feel as though you look at the face of a god itself in that moment. And you dig deep, trying to find a way to fight against this. This is going to be a very high check. The DC for this is 30. And we will come back to this momentarily. Back at the courtyard. Reginald, you get a message spell over from, or I believe, yes, message you're sending. I confuse them a lot, but you get a spell from Isaac. Things are going well up here. Everybody's doing the ritual as you showed us on the anchors in some of the different planes. But how are we going to know when it works, Reginald?
We'll know.
Okay. You're right. Sorry, I'm just really nervous.
I know.
I need Reginald and Aurora to please roll Constitution saving throws for me.
Thank God I get advantage because of
Ailish, you got a full inspo? If you,
is this by chance in regards to a concentration check?
It is.
Ah, then with Eldritch Mind I have advantage on this roll.
Please take advantage.
We both do.
And I will use my D8 of inspiration as well.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm gonna use my D10 of inspiration, so...
Excellent.
Might as well, because we need...
This is...
I didn't need it, because I rolled a D20. I'm at nat 20.
Natural 20, excellent.
Yeah, never mind. I don't need that D10.
I'm gonna need to use one of my full inspos on this.
Oh no.
Reginald was fucking prepared. It's like, we'll know. You thought that was going to work?
There we go, baby. Natural 20 on Aurora's end too.
Alright.
We are both like... We were both ready to rock this shit.
Yeah.
The ritual is an intricate thing with many steps, many layers of what you're going. And there's so much going on with the chants and how you interlace all of these different phrases for the power that it brings that it could wear out any normal spellcaster. But the two of you, you're not just any spellcaster. And you continue along with it. No errors made. Even though it's been a long day for the both of you, a long journey. You dig deep. You ready yourselves and you continue. And you all feel it. A lurch. But everything lurches in tandem. Again. And you hear a loud snap that echoes through everything. Looking up, the sky itself cracks and fractures open. A vision of a raised Elysium now in the heavens above. Gods, souls, and angels desperately clashing against Abraxas in another plane of existence. And yet, in spite of their best efforts, barely able to land even a glancing blow.
How dare you use that name?
But a vision of him, a mirror image that yells, fuck you, Reginald, is suddenly beset by 7 chains coming from different planes of reality that latch onto it. And from the fissure, this other version of him is pulled down with this great gust of wind, as now the Usurper, Abraxas, is within the actual courtyard itself.
Ah!
Buckle up, fucksticks!
Well, I guess we don't. I guess we were all crushed. Good game, everyone.
No, he's flying above you. What I'm going to do for the purpose of this is I'm going to put him. I'm going to move him behind you guys.
Okay.
But he is actually currently flying above you. Those wings, tendrils of darkness spread out.
High above.
I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
Lovely.
Not lovely.
Like Cleopatra.
Joan of Arc or Aphrodite.
Hey, celebrate while you can. I'm going to kill you all very soon.
we absolutely have to, man, because otherwise.
Yep.
This
Alright.
is how we cope with our panic.
Fact.
Yep.
21 for Reginald.
On. Why is everything so heavy? Oh, sorry. What was the question?
The question was roll for initiative.
Oh yeah. Well, my initiative's in there. I'm in
I'm
the count.
assuming
Oh,
not
perfect.
me.
Not you, however. I am going
For
to
the
need
first time, maybe ever, I'm going to use one of my many full inspos to re-roll initiative.
My God.
There we go. 19 for Aurora.
19 for Aurora. What did Daltel get? Oh, actually, Ailish, can you roll initiative for Daltel?
Oh God. Ah, I'm not prepared. No.
Oh, no, that is not.
Where is he?
Nice. Oh,
Fuck you, Reginald.
and what do you get? Oh no! Oh no!
There's no button for initiative on
Just
this
roll
thing.
Dex.
Ah!
It's the same thing.
I think.
19.
That was
Okay,
for Daltil.
Ravi got a 15.
That's not what I saw the Usurper had. I saw he had a 5 earlier.
Mm.
No, that was a 5 because I missed the 2. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Well, that's
Demon. Thanks, Demon. Thanks.
Oh, excellent. Okay. 4, 6, 8. Excellent. I'm gonna.
Seriously, man.
All right. And as he appears down, he just turns and looks down at all of you. He says, "The hubris of man has once again exceeded even my wildest expectation. However, for all your cunning, you have made a grave error in judgment." And he's going to fly down about 20 feet above Reginald, and let me see who he's going to go for, because it's going to be you or one other person.
I think he has more anger at me, given how much I've done before.
Reginald, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, and I would really suggest using an inspiration on this.
You know I am. You know
Yeah.
I am. And I'm going to use one of my d8s as well, if possible.
Yep.
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, God. All right, let's add 8 to this. Sorry, 1d8. That's a 16.
If you have any other numbered die, I'll let you use them right now.
I have one other. Well, actually, I do have a d10 too, so I'll use the d10. There we go. Okay, so
excellent.
16 plus 8, 24.
Perfect. You only take 40 points of damage.
Oh, good.
As he lights up the gauntlet and blasts around, there's a giant crater as a bunch of rubble goes flying from the force of the explosion. And then he's going to turn, fly a little bit over this way, and he is going to take a swing at Ravi. I assume 35 hits.
Nah. Not at all.
Be a lot cooler if... Oh, it's just not actually going to roll. Okay.
Cool.
No damage for you.
You take 20 points of damage, and then we're going to do that again.
I guess 30 hits.
And that'll be 22 more points of damage. And then
42,
he's going
that's
to
not
conjure the spear that shoots over at... we're going to have this one go at Aurora.
Fair enough.
26.
That's a hit.
Oh, my bad. I redid that attack for this, but okay, let's see here. That will be 17 points of damage.
All right.
And then he's going to finish his turn by flying another 30 feet in the air. So he's back about 40 feet above all of you. Mortimer, it is your turn.
Ribbit. Yep, there's just a very defiant croak at the moment. Mortimer doesn't do anything else at this time.
Reginald, it is your turn.
All right. Just as a reminder, we still need to concentrate at the moment, correct?
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. So
Wow, you guys, you reminded the teacher there was homework the night before, didn't you?
So yeah, thank God for those 5 temporary hit points from the last from the tarot card from last session, because I'm at half of my hit points right now. So Reginald is going to keep fucking going. But I will. No, is it a bonus action? I just need to double check one thing. There's one spell I think I can do, because I think then I would actually have Mortimer be able to do something. Level's the spell. Where are you, Dragon's Breath? 2, you say? Level 2. Is it a concentration? I don't think it is. Oh, it is a concentration. Never mind. Not doing it. So yeah, he's just gonna focus on trying to keep this ritual going, because good God, it needs to work. God damn it.
Okay, and you did you do your concentration check?
I have not yet, but I will.
Please take advantage on this as well.
All right.
I'm granting that one because of how important you realize it is.
Yes, and well, I remember the damage there. There's no way I can succeed it, just so you know, especially with my constitution.
It just has to be over. 20. Doesn't it just have to be 10, or what's the deal?
So it's 10 plus the spell or half the damage, if memory serves.
Okay, so if it was like half the damage I actually took.
Well,
yeah,
you know what? Yeah. Okay. So it's a con saving throw where the DC is equal to 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is greater. So it would effectively have to be 20, but I am going to knock that down because this isn't technically a spell. So I'm going to put it at 17.
17? Okay. We will see. We'll see if it works. Otherwise, I have contingencies. We're going to spend another full inspo. Here we go. And I need to update my inspo sheets because apparently I wasn't keeping track.
You want me to make my roll for 10 also right now?
Yes, please.
Alright.
And
Good. 13 and a 14 on the die alone.
Excellent.
So unfortunately, I got a 16. I have 1d8 more. I'm going to spend.
Perfect.
There we go. Then we got that.
All right, you maintain the ritual. And you're going to spend this turn doing that as well?
Aurora. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Maintaining the spell.
Excellent. Now there's another turn in here based on some of the preparations you've made.
Yes.
I believe that necessitates a Constitution saving throw, if memory serves.
Now there's 3 different layer actions I can do.
Okay.
Let me see. 2 of them will require saving throws. 1 of them doesn't. So I'm going to leave it up to the group on what they think is going to be most useful. The flow of time becomes altered. Everyone in the layer must re-roll initiative, though the creature may choose not to re-roll, which, in reference, it's me. I'm the one who set it up. may choose not to reroll, but everyone else would have to reroll their initiative. Might be useful, might not be. A powerful current rushes through the lair. Each enemy within 60 feet of the creature must roll a DC 18 strength saving throw. It pushes them up to 60 feet from the creature on a failure and 10 feet on a success. And the last one is a creature targets up to 3 enemies visible within 60 feet who make a DC 18 Constitution. A failure flings the target up to 33 feet through the air, taking a D6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet moved or fallen if they strike a solid object. Which do you think would be most useful to us, fellow team members?
I'd say one of the last two, 2 or 3.
3?
Pushes him away.
Okay.
3, probably.
Strength saving throw, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we'll do it. Try to see if he moves.
That's
He'll
a
at least
22.
move. It beats the 18, but he at least is going to move 10 feet. So.
All right, so this sort of magical energy pushes him back, and he says, "How utterly futile." And that is the lair action. At the end of that, he is going to go ahead and he's going to have this guy 30 at Ravi.
Do it.
27 points of damage.
That's not bad.
And Ravi, it is your turn.
Uno momento.
Excellent. So I got a D10. Okay, D8, 4, 6.
All right, so he's still in the air, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Oh, thank you, Katie. I just,
Um,
catching up to the chat.
I'm going to rage as a bonus action, and then probably take the dodge action.
Okay.
Since I can't reach him in the sky.
That's your turn?
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Let's say at the end of your turn, he is also going to hit you with... These are all too confusing to post in chat, so I'm going to roll it. That'll be 27. A mere glancing blow as you take 13 points, but that's halved because you are raging. So just
Correct.
thrusts this spear, manifests, goes down and just kind of glances you. And he says, "Do you not see? You draw me down here, and yet you cannot lay a scratch upon me. The power I wield is beyond anything that any of you could understand." Dalto looks up, Ailish in his arms, over to Reginald. He says, "This is bad. Can I take her out of here? Does she still need to be here for this?"
Reginald doesn't answer because he is too busy chanting.
Damn. He's just going to he's going to take a dodge action and just basically hold a shield up and
Could
try
he-
to protect her.
I was gonna say, could he lay on hands, Reginald?
What the hell? Let's do that. Let's
Give him some health?
perfect. He will be able to. He will have to forego the dodge action, but he can at least kind of just cover you with him. And lay on hands. You just choose how much to heal him.
Give him like 30.
All right, Reginald, you restore 30 HP as Daltil. Are you all right? And just that should help at least for a bit. And he looks up very nervously at this terrifying sight in the skies overhead. It is now these guys' turn. They're going to come out. There's going to be... I'm going
Am I on the
to...
initiative thing?
I'm not seeing you. Must not have registered when we did this. What's your initiative?
18.
18, okay. We're just going to drag you up to this. We're just going to have your turn first, and we'll resolve this. All right, Lord, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, how far up into the air is he?
Currently about, he got blasted back 10 feet, so he's currently 50 feet in the air.
Okay.
Time to do a full Final Fantasy Advent Children like launch.
Honestly, I was trying to figure that out, but then he got blown up into the air. Like, shit.
Someone needs to throw me.
Yeah, kind of.
You're the only one strong enough to throw you.
I know.
Robbie just grabs the back of her shirt collar and hurls herself.
Yeah. How high can I jump into the air?
What's your strength?
From the strength is 15, and I've also got the athlete feat.
Okay, so athlete feat I think gives you a okay, running jump gives you longer. Let me look up vertical jump, number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength mod. What's your strength mod?
Strength mod is 2.
She can go 5 feet up and down.
That's what I thought. Okay, so 5. Oh, that's still 5 feet short. Fuck. All right. I'm just gonna shoot him from the ground then.
Okay, go ahead and please roll.
I use my spiffy alder bow. Oh, this has been a while since I've cast this. First, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while.
You conjure the spell and the symbol appears over him. However, you notice it appears to be flickering and barely maintaining its shape.
Oops. Well, it's fine. Yeah, but I can see him. And I'm going to make him feel awkward about himself as he exists. Let's see. So this is the bow that Alder updated.
Excellent.
That's 26 to hit.
26. Let me see here. Oh, come on. Roll 20. Succeeds. Please roll for damage.
Excellent. That is 8 points on the first shot. Second one.
As the arrow flies up, you see as it's just about to connect, it completely shatters and this light flashes for a moment.
Oh, that little shit. It's okay, I'm gonna still shoot the second one anyway.
Excellent. Please roll for attack.
I'm gonna roll this one with advantage just to be on the safe side.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm glad I did. So that's 29.
All right, and the second one, while that succeeds, I'll just save you the time. Second one shatters again right as it's about to connect.
Still though, I'm pinking at him.
And he turns his head
bitch.
down. You cannot think that such methods would work against one who assails the gods themselves. And he begins the gauntlet glowing again. I admit, I had miscalculated. I underestimated the tenacity of mortals. But that, from the gauntlet, a sword of light begins growing, is not a mistake that I intend to make twice. With that, was there any movement that you would like to take, Lore?
Yeah, actually. I'm gonna move over here. Some sort of more in an open space, away from the others.
Excellent.
I'm just waiting for him to get closer.
Ravi, some of the clerics of Helm run in and they whisper a magic word, and you, from several spells, because I'm grouping up different factions all at once for the purpose of keeping this going, you recover 42 hit points.
Excellent.
Reginald, you recover another 30.
Okay, well, I'm back at my max of 70s.
Barar is going to...
Rargus. Oh god, the Usurper can't possibly figure him out. He has two names. Who is he?
Crap!
And Krail is just...
What do you have me for initiative?
Your initiative is... I don't know. It didn't... I clicked you and it didn't register. What the fuck? What was your
I was
initiative?
gonna say I got a 19 because of the advantage.
Okay, let's go ahead and resolve your turn next. I'm really, because a lot of these tokens were overlaid, I clicked stuff and it just didn't register this time around. So Aurora, let's just have your turn.
It's all good. It's gonna be pretty much the same as Reginald's, because action to maintain concentration. Not really much can be done at the moment with a bonus action, but have the auxiliary potions in the wind in case things go especially pear-shaped. But for now, just trying to keep the ritual going.
Excellent. So you focus on the ritual. Okay. I think let's go ahead and I think this spell would be... Fuck, that's going to be touch. Sorry, I don't do this terribly often where I'm controlling a lot of shit, so let's see here. Okay, Krail is going to go ahead and cast Aid at 3rd level, so that's going to be up to 3 creatures. So Reginald, Aurora, and he's going to give it to Ravi. You all get 10 HP and hit points, and max hit points go up by 10 for an 8-hour duration. So note that down on your character sheets.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, all right.
So we're at 80 right now for me. For right now, I gotta remember.
Oh, a lot of people got 19s. So, at that moment, the Usurper flies over, and the gauntlet is held aloft in front of it. The blade grows higher and higher, the size of a building, the size of a tower, and he goes back and he says, "Allow me to show you the futility of your choices." And he brings it down. I need everybody to please roll a dexterity saving throw.
We're just gonna burn more inspiration.
This would be a very good time to do it.
Do you want me to roll for Daltil?
Please roll for Daltil.
Oh my god. I'm gonna spend a
Fuck's
D10.
sake.
I'm gonna spend a D10 and a D8.
He doesn't have any inspiration.
A D10 and a D8. So, that's 17.
Fuck it, I'm gonna burn it. 1 sec.
Can I use one of Ailish's inspiration
Actually, wait,
for
nope.
Daltil?
Okay. I'm gonna throw you guys a bone, and I was... Because I did realize Krail is high enough level. Let me look up one rule thing here. Cleric. Because he's high enough. How does this work? Do I have to roll on this? Okay. Okay. So as this sword comes down and this blinding light consumes you all cover your eyes and try to dodge, find a place to go as the earth itself rumbling, bright light floods over everything. And you see Krail standing up and the shield of Palor itself manifested as he's going to burn his only use of divine intervention to save you guys. You're kind of fucked after this, but...
So, do we keep our inspiration?
You can keep your inspo, yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. I was also going to ask, can we only spend 1 inspiration on any one roll?
For full inspos, yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah,
Because I only got a
can...
16 with the spend, so sacrifice is very appreciated.
And that ends. He says, "Very well then. If that didn't work, then your gods are weakened from that." And he begins charging. As he raises the gauntlet up, this ball of magic. And you all feel this intense energy rumbling the ground around you. However, as you have gotten one full turn on continuing the ritual, you hear a loud crash, and you look up in the sky. You see this illusory, almost see-through ephemeral chain shatter. And he lurches over, but he maintains this ball that grows bigger in power as he says, "No. I will end your foolish ritual here and now." But let's turn our attention now back in the jail. Ailish.
Look.
The DC of this, because the ritual has continued, is no longer 30. It is now 20.
Okay.
You may now look at your roll.
And it's a wisdom save?
That is correct.
25.
So, all these chains go forward, and this overwhelming power of a god cannot hold your ironclad will. What do you say to him in this moment as you now have the attention of breaking free from the usurper in his own domain? How do you turn these souls against him? What do you say? What do you do?
As she shakes off one of the chains, or however many of the chains she can, and there's still like an astral projection of him in there, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She looks him straight in the eye and she says, "You're no better than any mere mortal. You are tied by the same chains as any of us. You are a being of nothing but lust and gluttony and greed and sloth and wrath and envy most of all. Envious of real gods with real power."
Those burning embers behind the eye slits rage up in flames. "What did you say to me?"
Your
No.
pride is mostly manufactured. The envy is stronger than anything.
"I see no need to bind your soul. No, instead, I will simply obliterate it!" And he brings his fist down. Ailish, I would like you... Roll me an attack roll, please.
Okay.
Time to beam struggle with him.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to roll that as Daltil.
Hell
but
yeah.
Oh.
Good enough.
23.
So, suddenly, Ak-E just manifests in your hands, and you effortlessly bat his arm away. Ah! And you see a small glow emitting from a lot of the cells. She batted them away. What was that? Who is this girl? Did I hear? Somebody's fighting the Usurper, but he's the Almighty, right? It's the Almighty. He's supposed to be a god. How is it that a soul can be fighting him off like this? More
it's already
of
good.
them
They're calling him the Usurper already. Excellent. It's already working.
It is.
It just takes a spark.
Ailish looks at him again. She says, "I am Ailish Fiona Finnegan Reveus. I have seen the world unmade and I have forced it to be made again. And I will see that you hand over any strength you have stolen from its rightful owners. You will return power of the sun to the Lord Palor, whose living saint is on that plane fighting for this world."
You hear more voices. Ailish Finnegan? I've heard of her. The one, the hero of Dusant, right? But if she's here, that must mean she's here to free us, to stop him. But if he can be stopped... But can Abraxas really be stopped? There's a feeling of tension, questions abound in this place, but also a lingering sensation of a growing doubt. Outside, you see this ball of magic growing, almost the size of the city itself above as he's about to drop it. And as it starts coming down, incredible heat and pressure bearing down on all of you, and then the spell fizzles out in this burst of energy. Ailish, you notice that the colors of a lot of the lights going on in the cells begin to shift and change, as though control is being wrenched away from this space. You have succeeded. Do you wish to go back, or would you like to try to do more in there?
I think she'll try to do more.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Back in. It is now Reginald's turn. Are you going to continue with the ritual?
You know it.
Fuck yeah. All right. Is there anything that Mortimer would like to do?
Mortimer is just waiting for his opportunity.
Just looks up at this being that thinks itself a god. Ribbit. All right. With that, what layer action would you like to do this turn, Reginald?
All right. So I can't do that same one. How high up is he again?
About 30 feet at this point.
Oh, good. Let's do the Let's go do the last one. So he needs to make a con check, DC 18. If he fails, we'll slam him straight down into the ground.
Yeah, no, hold up. Fine.
I think he's off his game.
Look, even gods can't get it up sometimes, all right?
I do think he is rattled, and I think that he should be really unnerved that took so much out of him. But anyway.
So this sort of dimensional force in this layer starts to push him down, and it takes him what? A surprising amount of effort to pull it back. Mm-hmm. And he's barely able to stay up there. And that's your layer action?
That's the layer action.
At the end of that, he's going to go ahead and... Oh, let's see if we can do this. Oh, no. Well, who's he going to do it to? Okay.
Who's pissing him off the most right now?
You are. Reginald, please roll a... Please roll another dexterity saving throw.
I sure will. Gonna use another full inspo. We're burning through these. But, might as well. Ho-ho! Nat 20!
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, Reginald, you duck out of the way, kind of sidestepping as this just full trench is blasted out of the ground beside you. Looking and seeing that this would have utterly destroyed you had it hit. Because it's a nat 20, instead of taking half, I'm going to have you take roughly 1/3 of that.
Okay,
So let's go. 78 divided by 3. 26 points of damage.
26. Okay.
As you sidestep the worst of it, but the incredible force of the magic still blasts you and actually sends you staggering back several feet. All right, Ravi, it is once again your turn. What is it going to be?
So, he's obviously staying out of range. I'm gonna I'm gonna throw my 2 hand axes and then try to taunt him out of the sky. So let me roll those first.
Okay, excellent. Please roll for damage.
Let's see. Hand axe. So it'll be 13 plus 11. That's 24.
Succeeds. Please roll for damage.
Excellent. That's going to be 6, 10, 11 points of damage on that one. And that's going to be 16 plus 11, so that's 27.
Okay.
And we'll do 5, 9, that'll be 10 points of damage.
Okay.
So in quick succession, she just pulls the 2 that she has looped on either side and then just chucks them up at him, and then as they make contact, she yells up at him and says, How weak you must be to sit in the sky, throwing all of these attacks at us, and still not able to kill us, and yet fear to face me on the ground. Such a god that you claim to be, and you can't even face a mortal.
With a quick gesture. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's go. He's going to use this one this time. That'll be 4 plus 19. That'll be 23 to hit. I'm needing to bust out like all my dice for this.
Hell yeah.
19, 5, 24, minus 2 because you are raging. So he hits you for 12 points as this like axe kind of bats you to the side. I need you to roll a strength saving throw, please.
Luckily, I'm good at those.
You're very good at those.
So that'll be 18 plus 11, so 29.
So what would have sent the average person flying, you just absorbing. You're able to maintain standing. That is your turn. Aurora, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
All right. Continuing the ritual.
Excellent. The ritual is continuing for you. This will be a second successful round of it. All right, it is Daltil's turn. What is he gonna do?
How's Reginald looking? Did he just get fucked up?
Not fucked up,
Not as fucked up as he could have been. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still not doing hot. On a scale of 1 to 80, he's about I'm just kidding.
Fuck, I don't know what he's gonna do. I can't think about two people. I think he'll take the dodge action this time and save some of his hit point pool for
Excellent.
when you're more fucked up.
Lore,
That's fair.
it is once again your turn. What are you gonna do?
Alright, how high up in the air is he again?
About 30.
About 30?
Yep.
Alright.
He didn't sink at all with those ego blows dealt by Ailish and Ravi. No.
I mean, he really had to pull deep from the well from a certain donor to pull himself up. Truly a move someone would say is like, I'm gonna pull myself back up by my bootstraps. It's like, you had the handouts, you had to help.
Okay. Let's see. I had this planned.
Well, it looks like he can take damage finally.
Yeah. So it's like I have a plan, but I'm a little uncertain how this will go.
Do it. Do it.
Trust your plan. Trust your gut.
Right?
Yep. It'll be cool. Do it.
I know. I'm trying to do the math, and I'm not good at math.
Ah.
Because that was my movement of 30. I can teleport 30 feet into the air. And he's only what?
Yeah, it's about 15 feet away with 30 up. I don't think you'd be able to reach him. Not yet.
Well, I have the face step that does 30, and then I have the distant attack, which attaches on another 10. So that's
I
like
see.
40.
All right, what's it gonna be?
Do you think, would that be enough?
What the fuck? Why not?
Okay. Then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna faced up over here to get up to him. And because Lore is currently in winter, and I don't think it's gonna do anything, but just for shits and giggles, because Lore is in winter, he'll have to make a, let's see, needs to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me.
He's, what's the DC?
DC would be, the DC's 13. So he made it. It's just one of those ones where it's like, just for shits and giggles, this could happen.
Yeah, you never know.
Alright, and then... So, Distant Strike allows me to teleport 10 feet before an attack. Yes, can teleport up to 10 feet before each attack. And since I'm not fighting 2 different creatures, I'm fighting only 1 creature, I can only do 2 attacks, which is fine. And this is with my moon sword.
Alright, excellent.
First one is a 26 to hit.
Roll for damage.
That is 8 points of damage.
Excellent.
And then second one. 26 to hit.
Roll for damage.
And that is 10 points of damage.
Alright, excellent.
And that second strike, I'm going to be on him again.
Alright, perfect. And that is the end of your turn?
Yep, and I'm going to try to grip onto whatever I can.
Alright, so we're going to have him at the end of your turn attack. That will be a 31 to hit, I presume connects.
I guess. Yeah.
And because you made yourself known to him, that'll be 10. That'll be 20 points of damage, and I need you to roll a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. Strength saving throw?
Yes, that's correct.
That's a dirty 20.
Alright, you are able to hold on. And that is going to bring...
How much damage was that again? I'm sorry.
You took 20.
20, okay.
These guys, we're going to roll just a couple collective checks here. Resisting. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of this. Alright. So as the battle mages step forward, or sorry, the acolytes, they catch him with a couple of small attacks. And he takes a little bit of damage from some, like, sacred flames and firebolts being slung up at him, but they don't accomplish a great deal.
Whole lot more than last time.
Barar is going to go, let me see, can he even get up there? Probably not. So Barar is going to come over here and throw a healing word at Reginald. You restore 8 hit points. These guys are going to collectively just do some attacks real quick. And I'll describe all of this with a little more flair in just a moment. Oh, those don't succeed, however that one does. Let's go like this. Okay. So, in a tumultuous moment, some of the clerics go forward and with a few magic words channeling the power of their gods, lob a few just low-level spells. Again, Dusant is ultimately a city that, while it has its mages, isn't known for having a great deal of particularly skilled mages. Well, hello there, Madbirds. Hello, thank you for the raid.
Yeah. Welcome. Final battle.
Yeah.
That is true. Then from the other side, some of the battle mages go forward, conjuring a variety of spells that some whiffing past, some getting deflected by weapons that block and manifest in different directions. He's able to take a few glancing blows. Krail is going to go ahead and... Let's see, what is he going to do here? Oh, well, thank you very much. Okay, Krail is anybody looking particularly rough right now? Krail's going to go forward, and he's going to heal up Ravi a little bit.
Right on.
All right, let's go like this. All right, Ravi, you get 19 points of hit points back as he comes over and, channeling the word of Palor, places a hand upon you, your wounds starting to heal and close up. At the end of his turn, Elder One's going to go ahead and throw an attack over at Aurora. That will be 32 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Fucking hell.
Yep, he hits pretty hard, he does. That'll be 19 points of damage thrown at you, Aurora.
What type of damage?
That will be slashing damage. As this large sword manifests behind you, catches you from behind, slashing you across the back.
You said that was how much again?
That would be 19 points.
19, excellent.
That brings it to his turn. He's going to go ahead and fly over here. And looking straight at Ravi says, "And a foolish thing that mortals in their unending hubris try to stand up to that which lays low as gods with their attacks." And he is, let me see if he can do this. Sure can. Let me go ahead and carry Laura over here. You will be on the... You will fortunately be outside of this attack. So, I need Reginald, Ailish, Daltil, Aurora, and I'll roll one for Krail and Ravi to all roll dexterity saving throws.
Nick, real
How is
quick.
Ailish gonna roll a dex?
You're going to do it with disadvantage. Or, actually, you might just auto-fail. Let me see.
I was gonna say, isn't she, for all intents and purposes, not alive right now?
Automatically fail strength and dex. Yep, you fail. That sucks.
I actually got a question for that. Since I am on Ailish duty right now, can I do a get down, Mr. President move and choose to fail in order to allow Ailish to succeed?
Sure thing.
All right, awesome.
I also have a quick question. Hey, Nick, I have the Sentinel feat. So that gives me a reaction to make a melee weapon attack against an attacking creature if it's attacking someone other than me.
Okay, go ahead and attack.
Oh, fuck. That's supposed to be Daltil, not me. I can't roll for two people.
Who's doing this?
If that's a failure, he has Indomitable, which means I can re-roll a
Give it a
saving
re-roll.
throw if it fails. If it
Oh my
fails,
God.
I can't talk.
I'm gonna roll a d8 and a d6.
Oh God, no!
One is a
Oh my
28, the
God.
other one is a 23.
Okay, that succeeds. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay.
Yeah, Reginald's not doing too hot here, so 9.
So that's 20 points of damage total.
Excellent.
That is a 19 total. for
However, even
Reginald.
I believe that also reduces his speed to 0. Since he did fly before he's making this roll, that would trigger at the point in which he makes the attack. So he does have a speed 0 for the rest of his turn, as he is going to hit all of them for 36 points of force damage. I believe, Aurora, you do have resistance to that, if memory serves.
Yes.
All right.
So 19's not enough to have it. I'm just making sure.
18.
Anybody who rolled under an 18, let's see how Krail did. Not great.
Okay.
So it's halved if it's over 18?
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
So then I'm only
Did that also get him? Let me see here. Yep, sure did. Okay, so let me also roll
So
for
Ailish takes
Barargus.
half of that damage. Is that, what is that, like a... Because I still have, I'm not at 0 HP, but I'm not conscious. So what does that look like?
I think you're just
So,
taking off your... I
Well,
mean,
Aurora
damage.
did a get down, Mr. President, and basically covered
Yeah.
you up to absorb that damage.
Right. So that makes, was that to make me succeed or to... So
You
I
take
don't
no
I'm,
damage.
I'm just going to have you take no damage because they
Okay.
fucking covered you up.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. And so with that, Reginald, I do need
I
you
would
to...
need to roll concentration on that, though, for the ritual, though.
yes,
Both
we're
of
going to
us
have
do.
you guys do that right now.
Yep.
Fuck
Right.
my
Luckily-
life.
Constitution. Luckily, I'm gonna spend a D. There we go. Okay, yeah. Well and good. Still focused on that ritual.
Unfortunately, even with the team inspo, I only got a 12, which was not... Wait, no, it was 18 damage that I took. Half of that would be...
Yeah,
so I
that'd be
succeed
9.
because it's below
Yes,
10.
that is correct.
Yep.
Thank God.
We're good.
I was going to say that. Well, that's going to fuck you. Okay, but hey, you got it. Excellent.
Fiendish resistance for the win.
Whew.
All right, Reginald, are you continuing the ritual?
You know it. You know it.
What is Mortimer doing?
Waiting. He's waiting for his chance, his opportunity. He knows the anger is building.
All right.
Do we get a chance to see what Ailish is doing?
I think, where is Ailish? Why is it deleting fucking turns?
No, you didn't have me roll
Okay.
initiative.
Please roll
I'm
initiative. We'll add you right now.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna be honest. I'm juggling far more than I usually do right now, and
It's fine.
It's all good.
The cracks are starting to show. All right. Let's go ahead and after the layer action, we'll resolve your turn, Ailish.
Jesus Christ. Ailish,
All right. Ailish, layer action. I'm just getting in my own head. What effect would you like to do this time, Reginald?
Here's a question, guys, because I can either just do the one that's just going to push him at a minimum of 10 feet, or we can do an initiative shift. What do you guys think? Just
I'm
move
good
him
for
around?
being pushed.
All right, let's push. So
Yeah,
he's gotta roll
go for the push.
Yeah.
DC 18 strength.
All right.
If he fails,
Hold up.
Well, he's moving a minimum of 10 feet, even if he passes.
Excellent.
So,
Which way are you moving him?
let's move him down. Just get him
Okay.
closer to the ground.
You push him a little bit closer to the ground. Excellent.
Yeah.
And with that, Ailish, from within the chamber in the extra-dimensional space that is the Usurper, what are you doing?
Ailish, hoping to symbolize that he is not important enough to keep talking to, starts to shout. Are the cells kind of like up? They tower up above me, or are they all around me?
They're so you're kind of in the center, and there's platforms kind of going down to each side where they go up the periphery. These cells are just lining this giant cylinder around you, going up as far as the eye can see.
So yeah, as she kind of turns away from him, sort of to like address the people, the souls in the cells, and she says to the people, Paylor still fights for us. His living saint fights for us now. Shantea still provides her bounty and blessings to our people. Ogma still blesses our mages with knowledge to fight for us now. We will feel the joy of Lyra again. We will see the protection of Helm in the swords of his acolytes. And then she turns back to him and she says, and I, a descendant of Queen Navarra, with the ladies of waiting, will see that Lamora Farang has her vengeance. Can I hit him again?
This time I would like you to please roll a persuasion or performance check.
Didn't you just hit him right now?
I know.
That's burn.
Oh, persuasion or performance. Okay, this isn't a charisma character.
Well, this is where all those advantages and all those dice come into place.
I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use one of my numbers too. What do I have?
Rise
I feel like an
higher.
old person. I'm like,
There's been so much being thrown around this
I know.
session.
I'm using a D12 to add to that. And I got a 12.
Yeah.
So 12 plus 13.
25.
The air itself quivers as though the chamber itself seems to be destabilizing. The colors that you saw dotting and slowly turning, the whole thing begins to slowly shift a different color. as you see looking around, he says, "What nonsense are you spewing? I am Abraxas the Almighty, he who will lay low gods. If you fools do not know this, then you will be made to know." However, they do not appear to shift back in their belief.
Can I hit him?
Sure, roll to attack.
Okay, I'll turn.
Alright,
Does 17 hit?
it does not.
Can I add a D8?
Because I already said whether or not it succeeds, I'm going to say no.
Oh, you're full of beans.
So you strike at him and he blocks. However, you notice that this time the weapon cracks just slightly. As everybody else in this moment, you're fighting him and he's continuing to block, continuing to conjure weapons and strike, and then all of a sudden he... Ah! And you all hear this thundering crash, and looking up to the skies, you see that double image yet again as one of the gods pierces him with a lance of light in the heavens. It appears as though him being split in two is finally having the effect that Reginald was gambling on.
As he blocks her hit, she takes that moment when he's parried and she's just got like her weapon up and his like up against his, and she takes that moment to like lean into him and say, "You are not Abraxas. You are nothing more than shit on a real god's shoe."
Whew. Ailish, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You may not take any outside advantages on this.
15?
He ejects you from that space.
Ah, fuck.
Ailish, as your soul wanders and finds its way back, the 15 I'm going to say is high enough that you remember the picture of your husband holding you in his arms, and you drift back to Sirril and emerge in your body with the knowledge that you have just bested him.
Once she has that, like, regains that image of Daltil holding her, like, a gold thread materializes between her spirit and where he's holding her hand that Reginald tied it to, and she grabs the gold thread and pulls her spiritual soul back into her own body and wakes up with a
Ailish, thank the gods. I fear, though, we've little time to catch up. And he looks up where you can see Abraxas just raging in a battle against the others. However,
one final cosmetic effect.
Of course.
As this happens, Aurora's Book of Shadow will glow one more time, and Ailish's name will disappear from the pages as its purpose has been fulfilled.
You hear... okay, excellent. That was cool. Man, you guys are fucking killing it. You hear everything rumble. And you hear... as again, there's this thundering battle going on in the heavens overhead, and you see again these illusory gods doing battle with him. He says, "Oh, very well." Looks as though he's taking hits. "It appears that I have miscalculated, but I know exactly which mistake I must correct." As his headset falls off, because it's wired and God help him.
That's how the Usurper is truly defeated. He's just like, ah!
No!
Like a true gamer.
Yeah. He then looks up and two more of those chains shatter. And all of a sudden, just this dark magic just starts bursting out of all these parts of his armor. No, I cannot. I will not lose this, not everything that I have worked for. Magic flares up around him as all of you, I'm not rearranging you or forcefully moving you, but I will explain in just a second here. Ah! Nope. Not you, however.
Not you.
Actually, let me see just that. Give me just a moment here to make sure that I set this up correctly.
Headset ending a
Ah,
god.
excellent, I did. You see that everything begins to phase and shift around you. The ground itself pulled out from under you like a rug from under your feet. When you fall, it feels like 10 feet. When you look around and you see, it looks like a forest, but it's ashen and the earth itself almost decaying a bit. Reginald, I need you to roll an Arcana check for me.
Dude, I'm not going to use my advantage because right now, I'm going to need to save those as much as I can. 25.
The ritual is working, but it's not just that. He's starting to lose this fight, and the reality convergence that he did and holding himself here is beginning to destabilize. You just recognize that you are in the I called this something else, but it's basically like the Deadlands slash like the Shadowfell. But you all remain there, and I'm going to have all of you re-roll initiative, please.
We are no longer in my lair.
Am I no longer on the guy?
You are still on him.
Oh, fucking hell.
Okay,
I'm not
good.
Deltil. Well, lucky for you, I'm going first on the next turn.
I'm just going to go
I don't
ahead.
know. I rolled a 7, so that's going to be a 9 for Aurora.
Okay, can I get Lore?
23.
23, okay. Can I get Aurora? That was 9, you said?
9.
9, okay. Reginald and therefore Mortimer will be a 13. Ravi?
23.
23, excellent. Ailish?
11.
11, okay. He rolled pretty terribly, okay. So,
I think he's very discombobulated right now.
you suddenly see yourself as reality shifts around you, and it's even kind of shaking in the moment, too, as though a great quake is going on. And he says, I will not, not after all that I have gained. Ravi, it is your turn. What are you going to do? Lore, you're on deck.
Fuck him up.
Is he still flying?
He's
Or
not.
is he on the ground? Excellent.
Finally.
I'm going to finally get within melee range. Let's see. Hold on a second. Figure out where is best. Yeah. Right there's probably good.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action bring out my Echo. If I can grab it properly. There we go.
Excellent.
And gonna go ahead and start swinging.
All right, please roll to attack. And I believe you are raging already, correct? So,
I am raging, correct.
Perfect.
Where'd my character sheet go? The 26 to hit.
That succeeds.
Okay. Get... That's 12 plus 13, so that'll be 25 to hit. I'm just gonna roll all my hits first.
Perfect, thank you.
And that one probably misses, so that's 17.
Does not succeed, unfortunately.
Okay, so I will roll 2 of these at 17 on the first one and 17 on the second one. And
17 and
Yeah, I
17,
think
you
that'll
said?
yep, 17 and 17.
Okay. That's your turn?
That'll do it.
Okay, so we're going to go and... 26, and it is going to attack in this line right here.
Alrighty.
Okay, so that is a 26 against Aurora, Ailish, and Ravi, which I presume succeeds.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to type it because honestly I'm faster at this. All right, hits all of you for 12 damage. This is kind of a glancing blow as this spear just manifests, shoots across, and disappears into nothingness. With that, the next one on the order is going to be Lore. It is your turn. What are you going to do?
So, we're basically in, what is it, the Shadowfell or the Shadowlands?
The Shadowfell, yeah.
Okay, cool. When we teleported, the grip on Lore's sword falters for just a moment, and a tiny shudder goes through her, and she thanks herself quietly for going into winter before doing this. And she will, as a bonus action, she will do the Planar Warrior, which allows me to add an extra 2d8 force damage when I attack him.
Excellent.
And it does stack with the Hunter's Mark, so haha. And she's just going to take a deep breath and try to hit him again.
All right, please roll to attack.
First one is a nat 20. The second one is 21.
All right, please roll for damage.
Nice.
What was that again? To mute the music every time I do this so that I don't get distracted. That is a, with the Planar Warrior, the 2d8, it is a total of 32 points of damage.
Excellent. You land a solid hit against him. So, just pulling out the weapon, you just channel your inner strength and just land a couple of great hits. You can see that you're actually managing to cut through small bits of the armor. Energy itself, pure essence of magic spilling out of it.
And she just grins down at him with too many teeth and just goes, I know someone who's not even a god who says the same thing.
He looks over at you and says, "You are not a threat to me," and conjures this swinging axe going through. That will be a 20 to hit against Ailish, Aurora, and Reginald. And technically Mortimer, I guess.
Oh no.
Not the mascot.
I will forego the oh no, I want to make sure that that Mortimer lives. I need Mortimer here. He's integral to my plans. He only has a hit point, god damn it. I can't just resummon him fast. Let's see here. You know what?
That was a 20 to hit?
That was a 20 to hit. No, you know what? I'm gonna make it a 28.
Oh, you butthole.
You guys have been doing this to me all night.
He goes after me. I'm gonna use my Sentinel feat again. My reaction.
It's a legendary action that he's not attacking. It's a conjured weapon.
Well, damn.
Yep.
Well,
okay.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to stop Mortimer from going. So Mortimer's out.
How
Actually, you know
close
what?
am I to Mortimer right
You
now?
know what? I'm gonna make the call that Mortimer's small enough that it doesn't hit him, because this is an axe sweeping across at roughly body height. There's no way it would hit
He is
him.
not paying attention to frogs.
Okay.
Okay.
However, the rest of you take 30 damage,
Yeah, that.
and this will be slashing.
All right.
All right. I'm down to 14 hit
I
points
need
right now.
Reginald and Aurora to please roll Constitution saving throws for me.
The ritual's still going?
Never said it
The
stopped.
ritual was over because
Okay.
I came back.
No, we are doing other stuff.
Okay, so just to confirm, because I can cancel this. So just to confirm, you're good now. There's nothing further you need to concentrate on.
The question then comes down to whether or not the whole thing reason we're concentrating. We needed to be at that ritual site. We're not there anymore. So
Perfect.
nothing to
Then
concentrate.
no worries. I just wanted to make sure that I understood the exact mechanics
Yeah.
of your ritual.
Yeah.
That's totally fine then.
So-
Excellent. So then no worries on that.
The rest is up to the people who are already conducting their shit. So hopefully they can carry the weight.
All right. So next up on the turn is Reginald then.
All right. So, I'm at 14 hit points. Shit. Okay.
And now you don't have a whole team of clerics at your back.
Ha ha. Well, right. First and foremost, I'm going to cast Crown of Stars so I can at least get that started. So, it's going to take the action as he. At this point, it's time for big magic. It's time to just pull out all the stops. The end of reality.
Big magic, no whammies.
As just pulling from there, he speaks out a word in the word that resonates with the songs of stars as the radiance of that light bursts forth from him as star motes start swirling about him. He is positively radiant at this point as he is pulling in all this power. The life of a star in his very hands at this moment. But as a small thing, he sends another sort of word as a small bit of energy goes into Mortimer, and now Mortimer's eyes flash as he knows now is his time. And Mortimer hops to it. Right to here. Takes fucking aim.
Mortimer, use hyper beam.
Very close. As Mortimer inhales and there is a crackle in the air as he breathes in, and out of his mouth energy cascades out from him that is far greater than his size would even be. All of his malice, all of his hatred and everything like that, given form, purpose, as it all just comes forth as this big, giant, blue electric cone of energy crackling along with red tinges of his anger as it just goes cascading and crushing into him. He has to make a DC 18 dexterity save. Otherwise, he's going to take half damage.
Okay, he takes full damage.
He takes full damage, and
Big money, no whammies.
And I'm casting this up as a 5th level spell. So I need to add how many d6s I'm getting there. It's a 3rd level, so it's 3d6, 46, 5d6, 66. So 6d6 electric damage going his way. 25 electricity damage as Mortimer just.
All right. And you see it starts blasting off a little bit of the armor, exposed magic trying to coalesce back in where it was. And that is Mortimer and Reginald's turn, yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, at the end of Mortimer's turn, we're going to go this
frog is integral to my plan.
28 to Reginald.
That's gonna hit. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna fuck his day over. He's within 60 feet of me.
That's correct.
I'm going to take a level of exhaustion to use Convergent Future, so that he rolled 1 less than he needed to hit me.
Excellent. So just for flavor, I'm going to.
Time is warping, but yeah, I am taking one level of exhaustion.
So that would have been 13 points of damage, so almost enough to outright take you. But you see that as this bow manifests, draws back an arrow, fires it, there's a moment where you all see it pierce through Reginald, but then time sort of distorts and it just misses. And with that, it is now this guy's turn. He's going to fly back this way with Lore still attached. Unless you'd like to use Sentinel.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to.
Alright, please roll to attack.
I see you're trying to move out of the range of the toad. That's a no.
Oh, you think you can go somewhere? No.
That toad will eat you.
24 to hit.
Alright, so roll for damage. We're going to keep him right here.
Did he fly?
He was trying to, but he didn't get to move.
Okay.
I think
He was
a
attempting.
little bit further south.
It's
Yeah, he was
6
right in
points
front of me.
damage.
Gotcha.
Use that melee range.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wheel. Bah!
Alright, and how much damage?
6 points.
Okay.
What the fuck is this frog? What
All
the
right.
fuck is this frog?
He's going to swing at... He's going to take one swing at Ravi.
I'm going to use a reaction to attack him back.
Excellent.
Just full on deck him.
13.
26. So there is a strange glow on this weapon. The one and all the eyes are lit up. This is now 26 points of magic damage.
Okay.
And you said it was how much to him?
I haven't hit him yet. Hold on.
Okay. Sorry about that.
So that's going to be 30 to hit.
Nope.
Dang. It misses, I know.
Yep.
It's
Please roll for
31
damage.
to hit him.
Oh,
Gotcha.
well, fuck, you got me. Called my bluff.
Oh, that's so much. So that's going to be... Wait, where'd my character sheet go? Plus 10, right? Gotta make sure. Plus 10, so it'll be 22 points of slashing magical damage.
Alright, and then he is going to hit you again. Now this time he's going to... Yeah, we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
31
Nah,
at
that
Ailish.
misses. 31 at me?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
That'll be 25 points of damage.
Yeesh.
And then final one at Ravi.
Calculator.
Will be a glancing blow of 15. So he just unleashes 3 attacks. And
But these are all magical?
yes, correct.
Okay.
And let's see here. Can he actually get anybody with that? We're going to have Ailish please roll a charisma saving throw.
Wild. 15.
Fuck, you just succeeded. Okay. So the eyes fix on you, and you fight it off. And yeah, that is his turn. Ailish, right after that, it is your turn.
Time to start.
However, as your turn starts, you again feel everything shudder. As you see again this another spear of light burst through him, magical energy spraying out. And again, reality begins to shift all around you. Let me see if I can pull this off without fucking up everything we're about to find out.
Oh god. What's that one fucking movie that like Jumper? That was it. He's jumping. we're just going through pictures. Pictures of the landscape.
Yay!
Reality again continuing to destabilize. You hear another distant cracking as looking around you see another illusory chain in the distance shattering, and the area around you now a lava-filled gray stone, just ash in place. Ailish, it is once again your turn. What are you going to do?
Right.
Wait, I didn't go.
No. Ailish
No,
is getting her turn. Yeah, you're there. Ailish didn't get her turn because we had a phase change.
Oh, I did roll lower than Ailish.
Yeah, you rolled a 7 and I rolled 11. Even though I rolled a nat 1.
Because of the frickin' initiative boosts you get.
Okay. So Ailish is going to draw her sword and say her magic word to make it magical.
Excellent.
With her sheath, so everything is going to be magic damage. I'm gonna preemptively use a thing to have advantage. You
Okay.
know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Inspiration.
Please go ahead and roll.
Get the crits going.
Okay, that succeeds.
Okay. And then 2.
Yep, that hits.
3. And just each slash, she's like yelling the name of the deities, the names of the deities of Sirril.
Excellent.
Every time she hits him. Right in his face. Stupid face.
Well, you can't quite reach his face because he's really
Well,
tall.
right at his knee then, whatever.
Start poking him in his knee.
Yeah.
All right.
Diggles. Stop
And then
it
I
now.
still have my buckler smash, so.
All right. Unfortunately, that does not succeed.
Pooh. Okay. So the magic number is 22.
But you unleash just a flurry of devastating attacks, the light of your rapier glowing in contrast to the black magical energy spilling out, and he still looks like he has a fair bit of fight left, but he has taken a lot of damage at this point. You guys have done some work combined with other sources. Is that your turn, Ailish?
Do you want to stop now?
Or is it...
No, I don't. It's time for an action surge!
Fuck me. All right, roll 'em.
This is it. The battle cry.
29.
Are we about to fucking phase jump again? Jesus Christ. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
22.
Okay. I think you get one more.
Wait, did I not just do 3?
You did do
Oh, I
Three.
didn't see the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
29 and 2 22s.
Okay.
Is he dead yet?
No.
You know we were gonna get through the last session without me slipping in one. Is he dead yet?
But you see, again,
just
just with the surge of energy, you continue attacking. And again, he reaches up as though to counterattack, and you see, boom! Another blade of light piercing through, spraying out this brilliance, and everything begins to just flash and shift around you as we go into another phase. Fuck, I didn't anticipate that going so quickly.
Whoa!
No!
I didn't even get to do anything using the terrain. Shit!
It's too hot here. Get us out.
Be careful what you wish for. We end up in Niftalia. Fuck!
That's fine.
Now it's
I
too
got
cold.
my.
Oh god,
my-
stars!
Oh no!
You
astral plane?
are now in
We're
the astral sea of just planets
Shit.
and different space swirling around you on this floating hunk of land here, and he says, "This cannot be. I was supposed to reign at the top." And you hear 2 more shattering sounds looking from him beyond. 2 more chains breaking, which I believe now brings us to 7.
That's all 7.
Got all 7.
As Lore, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Hold
I'm gonna use one of my
Whoop!
inspo.
Honey, I shrank
cocked.
the BBEG.
So that was a nat 20, so that puts me at 29.
No, you know what? Fuck you guys now. Now he's bigger, and he has 1,000 more hit points.
Oh my god, he's
And-
bigger!
Fuck yeah.
And he can cast Fuck You at 99th level. And he has an army of 100,000 dick wolves.
All right, that's fine.
Figure just needs more area to hit.
For just a moment, he shrinks down more and more until for just a second, the armor standing there, and you see this. It looks almost like an elvish features, almost like a half-elf with platinum blonde hair, covered in wounds. He says, "No, no, no! I am not this! I removed this from me! You cannot make me like you! I am not like any of you! You took everything! You!" He points to Reginald. "Mages, spellcasters like you brought the void! You drove Mother out of this world!" He turns to Ravi. "People like you! Waging war and killing! You're why she didn't want to come back!" And he looks to Ailish and you. "I was so close to making everything perfect! I could have brought her back! I was to stand at the pinnacle of all things! And you all took this from me! I hate you!" And he... No, I can't be like them. I'm perfect. And he reaches up and, as though grabbing the armor, pulls this visage of the helmet over his face. It flashes for a bit as he regains his form. But at this point is looking extremely hurt. With that, Aurora, it is your turn. What do you do? Ravi, you're on deck.
That is what she has been waiting to see. But you know what would really make him angry? I'd like to attempt something that is either the dumbest plan or the greatest plan in the world.
This is peak
I'd like
D&D.
to attempt to firebolt Dominus.
Please roll your spell attack.
Gonna knock the gauntlet off him. And then it
That is
falls
going
into
to be a 27 to hit.
Roll for damage.
I don't need to roll for damage. All I need to do is hit, as I'm going to activate Hurl Through Hell to banish Dominus into the abyss until my next turn, meaning that if we warp again, it'll reappear in the space that it previously occupied, which will not be where we are going to be, thus basically disarming him of Dominus.
Oh, you bastard.
I'm going to burn one legendary resistance.
It's not a saving throw.
Oh, it's not? Oh, that's right, because you're attacking.
Yeah, I just have to hit.
Awesome.
Excellent. You throw Dominus into the... As it hit, please describe as it hits.
She narrows her eyes in this clearly malevolent smile comes across her face. With just a single finger, she just shoots this bolt of fire as he's just regaining. So the gauntlet in the hand is pulling this visage of Abraxas over his face, so it is right there. A prime target. The bolt hits, and as it happens, this mote of darkness spreads from where it was until Dominus seems to be swallowed by that nameless shadow, and then just vanishes off of his hand.
It vanishes, and he... It does not matter. I will crush you with my own strength here in this place. Do not think you have won, mortal.
With that, she's going to go over to Reginald, and using the interact with item action, she's going to use one of those greater health potions on Reginald.
Alright, you're going to go over to Reginald? Perfect.
Yep.
And drink. And it's greater health. How much do I roll? Sorry.
Let me see. I believe that is going to be 44 plus 4.
44 plus 4. Okay, that is going to be
So that's interact, action, do I have a bonus action?
13. All right, I'm getting 13 hit points back.
Excellent. And that's your turn, Aurora?
Let me see if I have a bonus action I can spend right now. No, that's all of it.
All right. So I need Ravi. No, that's right. This isn't a save. This is an attack. It's a 26 against Ravi, Reginald, Aurora, and Ailish.
There's a pretty big rock in the way.
It's a spear.
Do
It
we have
hits you.
partial?
Okay.
Nope.
Fine.
Is that one of his fancy attacks, or is that an attack?
That's a fancy attack. As the spear conjures and goes through, stabbing at all of you, dealing 16 points of piercing damage.
Well, good thing
All
I
right.
got that health, because now I'm down to 11 hit points again.
All right.
All right.
Ravi, it is your turn. What are you going to do? Lower, you're on deck.
So,
I'm down to 17 hit points.
looking at the Usurper, she kind of narrows her eyes, holding Weth at an angle towards the ground, and starts to walk towards him. You've attempted to go beyond your means, to do what you thought was possible, to try and bring down worlds and gods around you. And yet here you stand faced by mortals. On your last leg, and at the end of your days. And she's going to pick up speed and run in and move the Echo right behind as she gets within melee range. And making all of my attacks, I'm assuming, at advantage.
Yep, please roll.
Perfect. So that's 26 to hit.
Yep.
That's 29 to hit.
Yep.
That's a crit.
Okay.
Yeah!
And the Echo.
We're about to shift
Another
again.
crit!
Okay.
Oh my god!
So, that's going to be 13 on the first attack,
Okay.
14 on the second attack.
Oh, son of a bitch!
What?
I wrote myself a note and everything, and I haven't
HP.
paid attention to it. I'm supposed to be getting 7 HP at the start of every turn.
Dang
Okay,
it.
that might not be a problem for you soon.
That's going to be 9, 17, 27, 38 on the third hit from the Echo. And I'm going to Branding Smite on the last attack. 12, that's 20, 30, 37, and Branding Smite is 3d6. 6. Woo!
That's hot.
12, 16, so 16 radiant damage on top of that.
Another 16, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
And just lay into him with 4 savage attacks. 3 from me, 1 from the Echo from behind.
Congratulations, you've just made it to the last phase. I see. Fine then. The helmet shattering. I don't need Dominus. I don't need I don't need any of this! I'd rather die than see your kind take that world back. And if I cannot win, then I'll at least take all of you with me here! And he is erupted in magical energy, volatile and growing as though ready to explode. You all have one turn to attack. If you can reach the damage threshold that I'm setting in my head right now, then you can prevent this attack.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Lore, it is your
Let me
turn.
check something very important.
My turn? Okay. And he's just a normal looking dude right now?
Looks like it.
Okay. Need to move that little step closer. Actually, I don't need to take a step closer. I can just fucking teleport closer. Because distance strike doesn't require either bonus, it just requires an attack.
Yep.
And then, so, alright. This is going to require a few dice. Give me just a second. Because bonus action, casting, or using Planar Warrior, gives me 2d8, and I can use that. It's just a bonus action. It doesn't tell me I need to refresh it at any short rest. And then Distance Strike just allows me to teleport 10 feet, so I can just get myself a little closer without having to use any movement. And I still have the Hunter's Mark on him, so that also gives me my D8. Or not my D8, my D6. And then I have 2 attacks.
Oh, please roll.
Which is this. So... And I'm going to be burning my inspiration for both of the attacks.
Okay, please roll.
Okay. So, one was a nat 20, putting it at 29. The other one was an 18, so it puts me at 26.
Those both connect.
Okay. Just gonna roll all the dice. I can do math, I swear. Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself while I count out loud. So you don't have to listen to my math process, sorry.
Probably have 2 calculators. I have my calculator opened up on my PC and my calculator opened up on my phone, so I can track mine and Daltil's hit points. None of us are geniuses here.
Yep, I use mine all the time. I totally get it.
That is 45 points of damage.
Okay. Excellent. Slashing.
And I'm just going...
Oh, sorry.
Laura's just gonna laugh at him and just be like, you sound like a child. You're crying for your mother and this is what you do? It's pathetic.
Excellent.
Grow up a little bit. Also, why do you look like Alder? It's weird.
Reginald, it is your turn. Mortimer is technically on deck.
Reginald moves. And he's moving slowly. There's a weariness to his movement. As though almost resigned to something. He gets into line with this entity that is charging up its attack, ready to smite them all. These exhaltations, these cries, this tantrum, for all it's done, for all it's attempting to do, there's still a look of pity. So, before I make my next action, he's going to look at this sad creature, this sad entity. I am sorry that all you ever saw of mortal kind was its anger, its fury, and that you never knew its mercy. I'd extend that to you now if you would take it.
You see, the energy surges around it. I need nothing from you. I want nothing from you!
Then I will give you nothing. And I am sorry. Nox! I'm going to spend a sorcery point so I don't have to use a somatic component. There's only one word that he says. As he sets to utterly erase this entity from all of existence. A green light fires forth, and there is the shriek of souls rending apart. I'm casting an 8th level disintegrate on him.
Please roll
and
for
don't
damage.
Don't bother rolling for his dexterity, because I was also going to just make it his. I was also just going to use the exhaustion thing to make it so that he'd fail it by 1.
Excellent. Okay.
So that's going to be 16 d10 plus 40 going his way.
Please roll.
Holy fuck.
It's 110.
He's not gone yet, but you've just done a significant amount to that HP remaining.
Damn, so close. I was hoping that it'd be a full-on oblivion for him, because then there would be nothing left. All right, Mortimer, getting up into his face. I apologize about the echo, but there's only one way to do this this blast at him. So, 66 coming his way.
All right.
All right. And there's no bonus on that. Give me a second. Advanced dice roller is helping out quite a bit. 23 lightning damage to him. From Mortimer, just
your spell blasting away pieces of the lightning, going through the attacks, breaking him down. He is down upon his knees, but still standing.
I mean, I feel like Ailish or Robbie.
Put me in, coach. No.
I wanna see real quick what Aurora wants to do.
I think at this point there's nothing more that she could do in order to get her revenge against this entity. Plus, I couldn't deny Ailish and Ravi the chance to do the move we've all been waiting for, the double team fighter barbarian tag team combo.
All right, Ailish, show me what you got.
Okay. Ailish is running in. And I've measured it out. It's exactly 30 feet to get to there.
Go ahead and do it. I know you've been waiting for this.
And before she starts attacking, she just looks at it and him and goes, "Where's your mother now?" 28.
You do have advantage, by the way.
Oh yeah, shit. Okay, so that was a 29.
You get advantage because of Mortimer. Congratulations. I'm just kidding.
Ailish crit again with a 34.
Wait, so that was a crit?
Yep.
That's 2 crits.
Going down, and
how did you get 2 crits?
What do you mean?
And more importantly, how exactly are the 4 of you going to do this?
Yeah!
By the power of spite.
Yeah, Ailish looks to, before she delivers her last attack, she looks to Ravi and Aurora And she spares a glance at Mortimer and a little nod at Mortimer to see if anyone else wants to get one last jab in with her, as she sees that he's just barely hanging on to life. And I'm assuming you all take that chance to just lunge in with her, and we all three and whatever Mortimer does at the same attack at the same time.
I know exactly what Mortimer is going to do, so go ahead and describe how you beat him down to a bloody pulp, because...
Just hashtag girl gang, like, surrounding him.
Oh my god, it is!
So, once everybody gets all their hits in and he looks like he's about to fall, Ravi's gonna spin her axe, flat blade, and just, like, knock him up into the air with this powerful swing and just launch him off into the ether.
You missed the Mortimer chance. Oh well.
No, Mortimer can still do an attack. It's ranged,
You can hit
right?
him in the air. It's like,
That's not what Mortimer's trying to
Mortimer
do.
wants to eat
Oh,
him.
but it could be like skeet shooting. Like,
Is Mortimer gonna eat him? Maybe I'll flat blade him into Mortimer.
Mortimer's gonna eat him.
oh,
because
just pancake smash him then with the flat blade down into the ground.
There we
Fucking
go.
golf club just punt him right into the mouth.
Mortimer opens up. I'm like,
And that's the thing you would probably think. But given the fact that everything is being beaten down, he's just getting smaller and smaller. I imagine just the more that he's being, like, diminished, just fully diminished, he's getting smaller and smaller, beaten down further and further. Small enough that a very hungry toad is looking at what little bit of him remains. Soul partially rended from Reginald's spell. As he looks, and Mortimer's mouth opens, and there's just a moment of his legs there before.
I hate you so much.
This is why I give him candy.
And so there it is. The Usurper defeated in the Astral Sea itself. Can we take a real quick break? I really got to use the restroom real quick.
hell yeah.
Thank you very much, Raiders. Appreciate you being here. Oh, let's just take 5 real quick.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And we get to hear at least one last Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, no one's here. Oh, Michael's back. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. It's going to make this all weird ASMR stream. Because Azurwood's gone.
I'm gonna need to go grab something anyway, so you can you can start it again.
Oh, hello. It's just us now.
We did it, guys. At least I think we did it. I don't know. Who knows? I think we're all going to die again at some point. Oh shit, they're back.
And just so you know, I don't know if I can necessarily show the booze brand here.
You're not muted, bud.
I know. No, sorry.
Tell me about it in just a sec. All right, friends, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. And my apologies for cutting you off, Michael. What were you going to say?
No worries. For the booze I have picked out for the evening is the nice sparkling wine called Toad Hollow. I feel that's very appropriate given Mortimer's appetite.
And as we go into the next scene before this, I just want to say, wow. It seems like the Elder One had a lot of pain he was holding on to, and you can hold on to that amount of pain as well by playing our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Enter promo code ByeByeMommy to unlock a new champion today.
Honestly, I think that's the real source of his anger was just Raid Shadow Legends. That was probably the whole.
It's a good
thing
one.
About it.
All right, is everybody back?
Yes.
All right. So, with that, the Usurper is foul being responsible for the convergence of countless realities, the loss of so much, now gone. But alas, you are here and you feel a strange shaking, as though this particular area of the astral sea itself is beginning to destabilize. Reginald, you once again see a golden thread, just as you had a few times before. And where it leads, a door has appeared in the middle of the space on the island.
There is one potential other thing, unless this doesn't happen, but Dominus should also reappear.
Leave it here. The Astral Sea is the perfect place for Dominus.
What would you guys like to do?
It just sits right there.
If it's just sitting there, Ailish will pick it up and yeet it off the island into the abyss.
Normally I'd have some kind of wisdom saving throw, but you have just defeated the Usurper. Fuck yeah.
Into the
Yeet.
astral sea it goes. Hopefully to never be seen again. Who knows what might be. Like anyone's gonna see a gauntlet drifting through the astral sea.
Yeah, as it drifts away, she turns back to Reginald and she says, I think you'll agree this is the best place for that thing.
For right now, I'm not in a position to argue because we'll end up drifting along with it if we don't hurry. He points, and he looks so freaking tired, in a direction where the golden thread leads to the door. That's our way out. That way.
How far away does it look?
Not very, maybe 20, 30 feet.
Ah, perfect. In that case, Aurora will help Reginald towards the door.
Oh, Laura was gonna just go pick him up.
Oh,
Same.
in that case, I don't know who beats who, but
She's not racing. It's fine.
Yeah, Laura will carry him. Piggyback.
One of the muscle mommies.
Yeah. Someone grabs Mortimer.
I'll take Mortimer.
Ailish will reluctantly grab Mortimer.
There we go. There we go.
As we run for the door.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right. As you step through the door, you see what looks like a very plainly furnished, rustic, almost cabin. The door closes behind you, and on the wall you see this great woven tapestry. And there's, at the far end of the room, there's this elderly man, and he's got this wheel going, and he's just spinning some thread and weaving. Says, "Oh, what's that?" And he looks over his shoulder and says, "Well, there you are. Right on time, I might say as well. Please come in, have a seat."
Pardon the intrusion. We kind of just landed here.
"Why, no intrusion at all." Points up at the tapestry. "After all, I've been expecting you."
I imagine so. Ailish, could you do me a favor? I'm too tired. Could you give this man back his thread?
"Oh, no, don't worry about that." And with a gesture of his hand, you all immediately feel your wounds heal. You have, for all intents and purposes, just gotten a long rest like that.
Oh.
Ah.
Mortimer. No, Mortimer. He's being nice. I know it.
Ailish will pass Mortimer back to now healed Reginald.
Reginald, do you want me to put you down?
I mean, I'd rather not die, but yes, on the ground, please.
I do hope that you don't mind the appearance of the door. I thought that after everything you'd been through, you might like an easy way out.
Yeah, that's pretty considerate.
Can I get you anything? I fear that I've not had guests in, quite longer than I can count.
Sorry to be rude, but where are we? And as we've intruded upon your home, who are you?
"Oh, this is my home," he smiles. "It's simple, but I've always rather been a fan of rustic charm. I am... well, I suppose the tales know me as Abraxas."
The real one.
"The same."
Yes.
Fascinating.
"I fear that wayward child tried to adopt my title. After all, as I'm sure you know, the gods crafted the worlds, and when one thinks about it, gods have to come from someplace, really."
Laura's just going to start kind of like tapping at the door and stuff and trying to figure out where the fuck she is.
"If you're eager to get back home, I can arrange you to get home immediately. I brought you here because all of you are rather central in something that I've never seen happen. And so I wanted to, well, perhaps get your view on this." Could you come here? He gestures to all of you.
Robbie will walk up, her curiosity getting the better of her like it does from time to time, and she like maybe gets a little bit too close as she's like trying to look him over and like discern who he actually is. So
I'm quite real, he pokes you on the nose.
Oh, but you're some form of deity, correct?
I suppose that depends on one's view of the universe and how deities themselves work. I'm an artist, a storyteller, one who likes to see things grow. I suppose from my creations, other creations are sprouted. Something like that. He looks up at the tapestry. There's a fond smile on his face. He walks over and gently reaches up with these wizened old fingers and touches it for a moment.
Excuse me.
Sirril. Lovely place, isn't it? He looks back at you over his shoulder.
Yeah, I would say so.
You see, he straightens himself up and says, More. There have been plenty of times where my tapestry has become unwound. There have been times where little bits I've had to make some changes. Minor ones. But what happened with this wayward child that tried to take my title? I suppose it would be easier to show you. And he kind of points along it. This is the history of, well, everything since I've started weaving. You could think of it as a recount of everything that has happened with Sirril. And he guides your vision along it until there's a specific point where there's this massive amount of missing thread. Now this is something that has not happened before. You continue along, the top and bottom continue threading, and it starts to almost reconverge until you see in the thread, the colors come together, the five of you meeting an old man spinning some thread. That very moment you're in.
So you've never been on your own tapestry before?
Ah, well, that is but one part of it. The part that has me most curious is this. He points back to the tear. This false me, I suppose. They did a real number on reality. It's one thing to unravel it entirely, it's another to converge worlds together. Frightening. Nonetheless, it's nothing that I can't fix. However, there's something I wanted to ask the five of you. Because, well, dear me, all of this, it affects your home so much, so I thought I would make an offer.
What sort of offer?
A tear going this far back. I could repair everything. I could send you back to the world as it is now. It would be a rather simple matter for me, after all. You know, what with being a weaver of reality and all. But I could also send you back to where that tear began. I wanted to ask you something. What would you do if you had a chance to go back and stop this whole ascension thing from happening?
No. I wouldn't.
That was a quick answer. Why is that?
Well, first off, messing with time has never been good, historically, for anyone.
For any of
But
you. For me, it's actually a rather trivial matter.
it's more about the changes that have been made. I don't know about the Feywild, but over in Sirril,
They suddenly seemed to be a little bit more accepting of people with magic.
Well, that's true, yes. And there is beauty in imperfections. I've always rather been fond of when people band together and overcome adversity as well. Alas, a lot was lost, so I could understand it if you wanted to undo that as well.
But
loss makes us stronger.
But
loss gives us reasons to know why we're doing what we're doing.
It's
It
also
gives others inspiration to keep going.
Ailish will look over at Aurora and then back at Abraxas. Can you fix things without... Will we all lose memory of all of this, of what happened here?
You might. Although, if I were to bring you back, what that would entail is I could bring you back to the Usurper and you could find a way to... Well, I say Usurper. He smiles at Reginald. You rather coined the term. But I could bring you back and you could find your own means of stopping him before he does all this. Whether that is some titanic clash of good and evil or perhaps a conversation. I don't know. But you could have the opportunity to stop all of that loss and pain from happening.
What, to get some context, because I think this is also a very important question, when in the context of the history of Sirril, did that tear start? Where were we when that tear started?
Well, the tear started just a bit before the Ascension, so I suppose that would have put you in the Feywild, but it's a trivial matter for me to put you where you'd need to be to stop it. Of course, again, this is simply a choice that I put in your lap. If you wish to return home to the world as it is, with a snap, 5 doors appear. You need only step through.
What about Aurora's home?
Returning somebody to another world? Why, that is also a rather trivial matter for me.
I think no matter what the choice is, you say that we can stop the loss and the pain, but that's not true because ultimately those things are inevitable. We are going to go through pain and loss in our lifetime no matter what happens. I think things happened the way they did, the way they were supposed to happen. We could go back and, well, things may turn out worse ultimately in the end, or better. There's no one way to know, but we know that what we did today was what we had set out to accomplish. There's no guarantee that going back would yield the same results. No sense in fighting a battle again when we don't know the outcome. We've saved people. We've saved our futures, more or less. As long as we can go back to where we'd like to go, I don't see a reason in changing anything.
It sounds as though we've reached a consensus. Does anybody else have anything to say about the matter?
You know my history, Abraxas.
I do.
Then you know why my statement would be not to go back. We can only go forward.
Well, then I shall send you back to your homes after you have saved reality from this false me. Please, step through the doors whenever you're ready. It will take you back to wherever you're, well, in your current time, that is, your heart desires.
Yes, Mortimer. No, you will at least get to enjoy your meal still.
Not so much him, actually.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, not so much the toad.
Yes.
But she kind of turns. What about you, Aurora? What do you think? He's giving us all an option to decide. We shouldn't decide for you.
Now it's Aurora's turn to look tired as she looks up at the tapestry, and you all have traveled with her long enough to know that there is a burning question that she wants to ask, but after everything that she has experienced, the wiser option is probably not to do so. There's a great temptation here.
You could
If
go
the
home.
door...
I'm sorry, what was that?
will
Aurora?
happen
Okay.
to the worlds now that the Usurper has been stopped?
As you think that, just the slightest smirk spreads across his face. Just, mind you, of course, that if you choose to pick up the pieces and step into tomorrow, who knows what that will bring. But sometimes that's the best thing to do, and it sounds like that's what you want to do. To pick up the pieces, to go through what's left, to build new lives in the worlds that you have. And there's nothing wrong with that. Only, he turns and looks again at that tear in the tapestry. Something like this has never happened. I simply thought I'd make the offer. A very curious thing after all these thousands of years. Is there anything that anybody would like to say or discuss about the matter, or what would you guys like to do next?
Time for us to go home, all of us, to go home, wherever that may be.
I just hope that we can all find a semblance of peace and happiness now that things are sort of come to a conclusion, especially for those who have been displaced from their homes originally. But I'm ready to go when everyone else is.
There's one thing I'd like to change.
And what might that be?
There's 5 doors, one for each of us to go through. If all of our paths are meant to converge into one, shouldn't there be one door for all of us to go through?
He smiles at you with a bit of a playful light in his eyes. And here I thought that I knew everybody in my tapestry so well. I'd assumed you wanted to go back to your world.
I do want to go back to my world, but these are the first real friends I've made outside of a very select few others. And I want to see that they actually get what it is that they're searching for.
Very well. The 5 doors converge into a single one. It seems then that you've made a tight set of bonds between you, and that you want to pick up the pieces, find your new places in the world that remains. Well, it sounds like a marvelous plan. Go on, then. Everyone's waiting.
Are the worlds still converged, then?
Oh, they are.
Walter's gonna hate that.
I think he might actually like it.
No.
But it'll be funny.
No. It will.
It will be funny.
It will. It will.
Focus on that as she'll pat Laura on the shoulder and start heading towards the door.
All right. Was there anything that anybody wanted to do as they step through, or before they go? You're muted, Katie.
I was eating chips and I just didn't want to drive everyone crazy with chewing. Ailish looks at the real Abraxas and says, "Thank you for this opportunity." And she kind of looks around at the tapestry all around them. Your work is really beautiful.
I suppose to one who stood at the edge of creation, it might look just a tad bit familiar.
I hope you keep weaving Sirril for a long time.
You know, I was just thinking that there might be another story that I'd like to weave. But that'll be for another time, I suppose.
All right. I'm ready.
Robbie's going to turn around really quick and walk back over to Abraxas. You know, now that I think about it, this might be the only time I ever get the opportunity to do something like this. And she'll walk over and just hug Abraxas. And just really
Make
just...
a Constitution saving throw. If
Yeah,
it is under
right.
47, you're immediately dead.
That's fine. It was worth it.
Nah, but you hug him and he embraces you back.
A very important question. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you for everything. It's been an honor living in the world that you've weaved for us.
It's a pleasure to make something that's beautiful. I do love Sirril and all of her children.
She'll nod and turn back around and head back towards the group.
I do have a question for the group now. This is my... So, I had a feeling my last deck was going to go that way, but wanted to check. So, would you guys like to have one more session for a full epilogue, or are you comfortable just... Like, what would be the most satisfying for all of you?
I would be down for the epilogue.
I'd kind of like an epilogue, yeah.
Epilogue,
Yeah,
excellent.
Same here.
Perfect.
I probably will not be available to do that until the start of the new year.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to say that's going to be after New Year's. We're getting into holiday season. So I'm just going to wrap it up real quick after this, and then we will plan for that at the next one, the actual epilogue session. So,
All right.
stepping through the door, you see the courtyard. Bedlam and ruin. Areas torn up, blasted apart. Buildings crumbled. But people appear to still be there. Hard to see as your eyes start to adjust. You look up. The moon, 2 moons, shining brightly in the sky. Stars glittering ahead. You made it. Krail steps forward. Brar from a little ways away looking over. and Daltil's coming around from the other side. Against all odds, you defeated a being that assailed both the physical world and the gods themselves. And when given an opportunity to separate and go your own ways, you step through that threshold together. Because such are the bonds that you get through a life of adventure. Such are the bonds that they say are thicker than wine. And with that, I end tonight's session. Congratulations.
Whoa!
Yeah!
God dang!
Yeah!
Excellent.
So that happened.
That was the thing. So as we are coming to the end of the campaign, I am not going to bother to award experience for tonight.
Rude.
Aw.
I'm just kidding.
We're all automatically level 20.
However, I would like, if we can, let's just give accolades to one another. Please say who it is and why, exactly as though we would be giving experience. I will post the same for the audience, just so you guys can feel involved too.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta give it to both, since we don't have to pick one, I'm assuming. I gotta give it to
Sure.
both Michael and Ben for that crazy
Aw.
ritual and surviving all those concentration checks to keep my soul from flitting off into the middle of nowhere. It's pretty dope.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
especially Michael for having figured out this whole shtick of the usurper. Like, it's been. I don't think we would have been able to do it if we didn't have at least one smart person here.
Right?
Oh god. I do have to give it to. I have to give mine at least to Ailish. I think everyone brought their A game for this, but I do have to give mine to Ailish at least for having to be there in the soul realm with it on your own and just fucking smack talking him down the whole way through. That was freaking great.
I was shitting myself before this fucking
burns
session.
were on
I was like,
point.
I'm not gonna have anything cool to say. I'm gonna look like a loser. I'm still the same team as Michael, and I'm not having anything in this dome right now. And then I sat down and I was like, okay, wait, I think I'm onto something.
Excellent. Excellent.
I think I would give, because again, yeah, everyone was their A game, but I definitely gotta shout out Ravi and Lore for just going mano a mano with the Usurper while he was at full power and just doing nothing but just fucking spitting in the face of the divine the entire time until the cracks start to show, and then just fucking wailing on him.
Absolutely. Fuck yeah.
He got more and more badass the weaker and weaker his hold got. So cool.
Yes, thank you. Oh man. I can't choose. And since there isn't a specific person getting experience, I'm gonna just say congratulations to fucking everybody. Like, the session tonight was absolutely amazing.
Fire.
Yeah, Michael with, planning out and having his the turns with the lair and having different things he can do through his incantations, and Ben on the assist with the necromancy and keeping Ailish in check. Lore just fucking teleporting all over the battlefield and just wreaking havoc, and Ailish with the sick fucking burns like all night long. It was just great all around.
I'm gonna give mine to Ravi just because, the whole Ravi being super sweet and then just fighting down the usurper is like, you are nothing. It's just like, holy
you.
shit.
Couldn't kill an old man.
Yeah.
And his toad.
Look at you trying to be a god and not succeeding. What a failure.
I want to say, and of course I'll say it again when we do our final epilogue session, but like, it's been It's been a hell of a ride, you guys. You guys are fantastic players, and I'm
Fuck yeah.
very
Playing with you
privileged
guys
to
was
have a great
amazing.
group.
Yes.
And now, I have to say it too. It's funny because I put a lot of stuff on that last thing. I'm like, okay, like are they gonna say yes and go back? Like I had a whole stat blocked other version of him.
Oh my god.
I made 2 final bosses for this.
Fuck.
Because I was like, okay, well, he's technically not as strong as the Ascension, but then they're not going to get, like... Because there was... I was calculating damage and stuff from when the gods were whooping his ass, too. So, like, he really was, like, getting his ass beat on 2 fronts. And I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a lot harder if you're not getting help.
And then his own spiritual disruption from everything else just going on. Just like, ah, fuck.
Yeah. No, this was both an awesome one to run. Really pushed me as a DM to have so many moving parts, so many mechanics, and symbolically was a great victory for you guys. So really, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for running.
Yeah, thanks for just being fucking amazing.
It's been a wild ride.
It's been a wild 6 years.
Yeah, and so much has changed. And yeah, I guess pretty much right at the 6-year mark, when we get to early January, we will do our epilogue, give everybody some closure, and then yeah, that'll be it.
And Daniel's dead. So...
Oh, we should have gone back to before Daniel died.
Right?
That's really when the territory began.
Let's go all the way back to the very, very beginning.
All the way back. Session 1. We're at the theater.
Complete do-over.
And then there's like somebody called like Lori Hobart. Okay. With that, so let's go ahead, guys. Let's say goodnight, and let's play out our credits.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Enjoy our credits with the song, the theme of Sirril, commissioned by OBP Musical, and our wonderful screen credits by Tales of Rissia. Let me give you another shout out here, bud. Yeah, Johnny, the DM there, put this together for me, so it's really incredible. Enjoy it. And yes, I did. All right. Have a good night, guys. All right, everybody. Thank you again for coming and hanging out. We're going to raid out to your aunts. Drop them a little bit of love. But thank you again for coming out, everybody. If you're new here, please drop a follow, join the community. We'd love to see you here. It's really a great place, lovely people, and we do a lot of good tabletops. So if it's your jam, you'll find a good spot here. I'm going to be back tomorrow to just kind of do a little Let's Chatting, unpack the end of this a little bit. So kind of an Ask Me Anything informal thing. So if you're interested, stop on by. And then next weekend, we will be continuing Divine Beasts, our other ongoing campaign, which will soon be going weekly for a little while. So lots of fun there. But until next time, friends, take care.